You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Monday Night Raw After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Monday Night Raw After Show.
Do you have the matches there? Is that what you have?
What?
You have the program there?
You're not supposed to talk yet. I'm supposed to introduce you first.
So he's Russian. He doesn't know that. It's
Whatever.
I'm
Okay.
rushing at it, babe.
Hello, everyone. Bing is for doing it. Today we are doing another after show for Monday Night Raw. It is live from Toronto this week, and I'm your host, Cathy Kelley. Joining me, as always, is the man of many opinions,
Yes.
Ryan Clum.
Do I have an opinion?
Today, I'm sure you will.
I'm sure I will.
Sure does.
Come on.
And the mark of all marks,
Yes.
Mr. Showtime, Josh Padgett.
Canada! I'm so proud of you tonight. What an awesome crowd.
They were awesome,
They were
right?
awesome.
They're amazing.
And then last but not least, I have to introduce him as the newest host here on AfterBuzz TV for the NXT After Show. He also wrestles a bit too.
Yeah.
A bit.
Just a tad.
Alex Koslov, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Hey, so is that the program right there?
What?
Right there? Oh, you guys got my music?
program?
That's hilarious.
Is that your music?
Yeah, that's my music. I use that in Mexico. That's hilarious.
This is Gmail.
No, right behind it.
What?
Behind it, right there. Is that the program?
This is
that the outline?
This is my outline, yeah.
Yeah. Can I look at it from time to time just so I know what
we are?
what we're gonna talk about next or whatever?
Yes.
He wants a cheat
I can
sheet.
see he didn't take his own notes.
Okay, well, let's jump right into tonight's episode. Live from Toronto. Crowd was freaking amazing.
Awesome.
As always in
So on top
Toronto.
of things. And we start off tonight's show. Edge is back. They bring him out right at the top of the show, and he says, "Every time I come out here, you guys remind me why this is home. I was requested by Triple H to come out tonight because it'd be good for business."
Business.
And he says, "I don't mind Orton cashing in Money in the Bank. I just hate that he's a puppet and he needs the Shield to fight his battles." Choice words.
Those are strong words.
Yeah.
Strong
Fighting words.
Strong words for a man with a stack of nickels for a neck.
Stack of
Dimes.
dimes.
Right when I say
Quarter.
Nickel dimes is what, 10 or 5?
10.
And nickels is 5.
Five, yeah.
So yeah,
You're
he's
short
a
change.
little heavier.
dimes are smaller, yeah.
That's heavier.
So he brings out Daniel Bryan on the Cutting Edge, his show.
You
And
see the logo? See the
I
logo?
did see
Yes.
the logo.
See the logo? That's the cutting edge logo. 2013.
You caught that?
Yeah, so that.
Okay.
We call that a watermark in the biz.
Watermark?
In television.
That was
yes.
a pretty watermark.
It's a little more intricate
watermark or
than
waterbug.
Ms. TV's.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, his is probably the weakest out of any of those wrestler
It was probably
talk
the
shows.
cheapest as well to do,
Definitely.
so
What? Oh,
they're on a
of the-
budget now.
Definitely on a big budget.
But
They didn't commit.
anyways,
Didn't commit to Miz TV.
yeah.
Great host. He's okay.
Yeah.
He's good. My favorite was when Ryback threw his little pointless furniture pieces on Miz TV.
Is that Miss TV? Oh, yeah.
That was nice.
Daniel Bryan says, "Last week Triple H said if I don't give up my title opportunity, I'll get hurt. I will beat Orton and I will be the WWE champion."
First of all, how crazy was the reaction for Daniel Bryan when he came out in the beginning here? It was insane. The Daniel Bryan chant going on.
I don't know about you guys, but that kid got something.
You think so?
Kid got something.
He might be a little over.
There's something about him, he's catching on a
Oh,
little
there
bit.
he is.
You might have come across him once or twice. Didn't you
yeah.
see him once?
If you are watching, then you get to see
That's
the
funny.
epicness of this video,
Daniel
or
Bryan's
this
body cream.
meme, I guess. Daniel
Japanese
Bryan's
meme.
bearding cream.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Awesome.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yes. But there were a ton of signs. The crowd was amped for him. Like, God, I feel like there were so many Daniel Bryan signs
Yeah.
from.
There were a lot of yes signs. A lot of
a
yeses,
lot of yes
yeah?
signs, but then there were also some really intricate like Daniel Bryan, like huge cutouts of Daniel Bryan with like the arms that also move.
Yeah, one guy had like the big head with the shirt and the arms. It
Yeah.
was like a giant Daniel Bryan.
Hey, I got an idea for a nice sign.
What's that?
For you, Mark. Sorry, it's just. But you're the Mark, right?
I'm the Mark.
We
You're
prefer
not-
to call him the Smark.
I'm the. Am I? Can I be a Smark?
Yeah, you can be a Smark, of
Ever
course.
since you said Smark to Chris Masters, yes. Absolutely.
So,
I
like,
broke the master lock.
can you imagine if you came with a bunch of friends and you had like a beard and like it was like a long, like it went along this way,
Like
a
Rapunzel's
long
beard.
Awesome. You go to like Michael's or Ben Franklin and get like arts
Yeah.
and craft. You could
Yeah.
get
Or
like
you could just be a man and grow one.
nope, can't do it.
How is
I'm sorry, it won't happen. I've been waiting.
how
A
is
lot of
the
those
That ain't
men use
happening.
hair for
If it
men.
how is the merchandising department not selling Daniel Bryan beards yet?
Yeah.
How is that
They
not
have
happened
the,
yet?
Let the kids
Zack
wear
Ryder
beards.
hair, but they don't have the
I
Daniel
heard
Bryan
that.
beard.
Yeah, they're taking samples, and in China, I think they're
Okay.
selling like. Yeah.
Okay, they have to grow the hair first, so maybe that's what it is.
Anyways, before we get too far into the show tonight, I want to say hello to Johnny LaQuasto and the Walking Dale Rutledge, who are not here tonight, but they will be back next week.
I
boy.
don't say hello to them.
Oh.
But that's you
Hi,
can.
Say hello,
Johnny.
do they know?
Dale.
Miss you guys. Alex will be you for the night.
What's up?
What is it Johnny always says now that everybody gives him a hard time?
No,
Nonetheless and kudos.
Nonetheless, yeah. So if you could say nonetheless and kudos, so
Nonetheless, kudos.
there you go.
Yeah, it's good.
Just throw those
Johnny?
in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Make a drinking game out of it.
Therefore, but nonetheless, not okay. Anyway.
Okay, this is getting really awkward. So, after Daniel Bryan comes out and talks a little bit, Edge says, do you think that you can beat Randy Orton? Orton comes out right when that happens, and he says, isn't it a shame, Edge, that your body failed you at such a young age? Edge responds, I may have problems with my spine, but at least I have one.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, snap.
What's up with that? Yeah, good one.
And then Triple H comes out and he says that, or essentially Edge can yell at him because he's not officially employed by the WWE, which is something that we've been waiting for several weeks now. Someone who would stand up to the corporation,
Right.
and actually give their 2 cents or dime about
Nickel.
what
Or nickel. 2 nickels.
or nickel, yeah,
Nickels a dime.
Nickel,
10 pennies.
2 cents.
So
50 cents.
he says that Triple H isn't a good judge of talent, and Triple H responds, I'll let you come here and promote your show, Haven, which airs
Right.
on Sci-Fi right after SmackDown. Gave
And
this
he
whole
gets his
promo,
plug.
kind of awkward. And then he says, I did pick out some talent, Jericho, Cena. Yeah, I didn't pick them at first, but I'm going to let Daniel Bryan prove me wrong,
Yeah.
just like they did.
And he also said that that Edge never drew a dime,
Yeah.
which was like, whoa.
He probably drew a dime.
I think he drew at least a dime, maybe a quarter. I think he at
Yeah.
least drew a quarter.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little slam on Edge there. Which
Compared to Cena, how much would Cena be drawing in that?
Thousands
monetary
of
system.
millions of dimes.
yeah, a lot of dimes.
Millions of
Yeah.
dimes.
Like a Benjamin?
That was a perfect, like, just somebody in the back. That was great. That was awesome. I just didn't understand. That's why, but
A Benjamin $100 bill.
Hundy.
Yeah.
many honeys.
So they announced Daniel Bryan and Big Show versus Dean Ambrose and the rest of the Shield. Triple H says, if I can't hurt you, then maybe I can hurt the ones you love. They drag out poor old Christian.
Alex felt really bad about this.
I mean, I still.
felt
Did you
terrible.
guys not feel the same? I mean, Christian.
His bestie's hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Brother-in-law, right?
Oh, maybe.
No, I don't
I
think
thought
so.
he
said
married his
something about
sister,
that,
right?
yeah.
Didn't he marry his sister?
Who?
One of them?
No.
I don't know which one, but I thought one of them married. Yeah.
No, maybe that was
What-
Val
who-
Venus.
What are you
They're-
talking
At
about?
the very
Val
least,
Venus
Actually,
they're
that's
from another
no,
mother.
you're right.
No,
Edge was
something.
married to Val Venus' sister at one point.
Oh, I thought you said Val Venus. I was like, no woman's
He
gonna hold
was-
that man
At
down.
one point, he was married to Val Venus' sister, and then I think that's who he cheated. Is that who he cheated on with Lita? back in the day.
I thought Christian married Edge's sister.
I don't believe so.
I thought that Christian
I could be wrong, though.
married the sister of Boogeyman.
The boogeyman. You just wanted to bring the boogeyman
But
up.
no, but honestly, nonetheless, kudos. But I mean, Christian, did you see Christian? I mean, he was so beat up. Poor
Yeah,
fella.
poor
You guys
guy.
want some blood on him?
I was expecting the blood. Remember they brought X-Pac out back in the day when he was all bloodied up.
He did look kind of like a rag doll, though.
Yeah, he made it look.
His shirt was ripped up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I felt bad. I felt it touched me.
They beat him up in the back. Thank God we didn't have to see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see.
I didn't want to see that.
Do you think some of the stuff Triple H was saying to Edge was a little was a
Harsh?
shoot? Was it a shoot? Was some
Was
of
he
it?
taking some shots at him? Maybe. You never know.
You called me a mark. I gotta
No,
use the terminology now.
I don't think so. I think Edge was a great asset to the company,
Yeah.
and he made them money. I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those things. I mean, what was a shoot is his career was cut short.
Yeah.
But
Not drawing a dime though. That's
I don't. Yeah, that's not.
because he said he used that on Punk a little bit too, when he was doing his run. But then Edge was able to flash his ring, his Hall of Famer ring,
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, hey, I drew this.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So Edge was feeling it. He goes backstage and confronts Triple H and The Shield. Triple H says, "Toronto today is my town. It's not yours. Do not confront me in my town and get off my show."
Stephanie was in there too, kind of hiding in the back. You barely could see her.
Yeah, she
She had a little smirk on her face.
Yeah, her little
Yeah.
face was just sticking
Proud of her
out, but-
husband.
She's gotten really evil.
Oh, she's
I feel
so
like
good.
She's been. There are times she's been real. She can get really evil.
But I feel like for a little bit she was like,
Oh yeah.
you couldn't really tell
Good
whether
cop,
she
bad
was good or
cop.
bad,
Right.
and now she's just pure evil.
If you go back to even some of the earlier days, the early Stephanie McMahon, the Helmsley McMahon era,
just talking a month
that
ago.
were evil. No, absolutely. And you don't have you didn't watch back then. I'm talking about the 10 years ago. So like I mean back in the day she would get really evil too. So this is kind of reminding me a little bit back of the.
But now
You
she's
don't like
got
her?
this. Why?
I mean, I don't like her. She's just so evil. Such a bad girl.
A bad person.
Such a bad girl.
She's a bad person.
She just does not make me feel good.
and now she's
No?
got this
Does she
like.
make you feel sad?
Yeah, she kind of makes me feel kind of like Big Show feels.
Oh,
when
okay.
Make you cry every Monday?
I mean,
So now you
So-
understand
such a-
what Big Show is going
Yeah.
through.
such a bee.
Well, nonetheless, that's what she does. You know, she makes you cry.
You can't swear on the show.
Bee. It's
Big Show.
Yeah.
You can say
Ryan's
B.
a
such
witch.
a bee.
Yeah, you can say B.
Oh, is that supposed to be Cathy? Is that Cathy's?
Big Show Kelly. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Big
wow.
Show Kelly.
Is that supposed to be like of?
He's
That's
got a
one of my
nice shoulder. Look at
pictures
that.
from, yeah, a headshot that I have. But
Your father had long hair?
no, he did not.
Anytime somebody in the back popping, I guess.
But Big Show now has hair. And anyways, let's get into the Kofi versus Curtis Axel match. Axel makes his way to the ring with Paul Heyman, and I love the way the announcer announced Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, that's
Minnesota.
interesting.
Have to do that, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
gotta do the Minnesota
It's
accent.
kind of like the annoying when someone like says an entire thing in English and then the one word in Spanish they like roll their R's
they're
or
wrong,
something.
gotcha.
It's like the same thing. Like you say the entire thing in English and then when you get to the Minnesota part,
Is it possible he's from Minnesota?
That's the best theory there.
I don't
is
know.
that
I mean, I don't
we
know.
have to
I'd
look him up.
it
We gotta look up where
Is it-
Robert's
I
is
think
from.
it's entertaining.
And was it
yeah.
Roberts?
Nonetheless.
Was it Roberts that said this?
Nonetheless,
Yeah.
it's
Justin
entertaining.
Roberts, right?
Like Canadians have. Like,
Oh no, he's from
they talk
Chicago.
Normal.
Justin Roberts from Chicago, right? Illinois.
So,
Midwestern.
it's,
Yeah, because
that
I
could
just know
kind
that
of
from the
rub
CM
off.
Punk DVD.
About 2 hours from where you lived.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
CM Punk chant breaks out, and Heyman looks completely stressed ringside. He hasn't shaved. Looks like Punk kind of pre-vacation.
Yeah,
Before he
hasn't really
left.
gotten much sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy, stressing out.
Stressed out.
Bags under the eyes.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety. Very anxious.
What did you guys think of the match?
Oh well, we got a DQ out of this.
Yeah.
Like,
It was interesting. I think it was more about the story and the
Axel didn't break the 5 count towards
Right.
the end of it, and then Kofi gets the win.
Yeah, and the whole thing, if Axel does that again on Sunday, well,
I gotta get in the ring with Punk.
Heyman's screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Kofi, he's so good, isn't he?
It's nice to see him
Absolutely.
back
I
on
love
Raw
getting
since
a
he
cup of
was injured.
Kofi every week.
That's good. I like
Johnny's
that.
not here. Take it from him.
But he's so good in the ring. He's so fluid. The only thing that he's missing is kind of character, I guess. Like
Right.
Put a mic on him. There's not much to him. He just needs to find it.
I
Right.
don't think that he's missing the character. I think that they haven't given him the opportunity to show his character.
Yeah, you may have a point, but at the same time, I think that he may lack communication skills a little bit. Kind of like I lack communication skills, for example. I think he lacks it. I think he needs to find it. I mean, they could, the way that it even happens that somebody gives something to them. Like
Yeah.
usually they come up with ideas and
Right.
they try to
I
pitch
mean,
it to writers.
That's what I always hear is like the wrestlers who aren't maybe getting as much time, like they have so many storylines that they want to pitch and they're just never used.
Yeah, they need to have confidence in him that he can deliver. And in my opinion, I think he's a fantastic wrestler, exciting.
Completely, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got hops, he can jump. He's amazing in the ring.
He can do things other guys can't.
But he can't. He's lacking in the microphone department. I think that would help.
I kind of like the angle that they're taking with Axel, though, where he's this young kid who's kind of just like he can't control his aggression.
Big baby. Yeah.
He does have that baby face, a little extra
does.
pudge.
Yeah, I liked the way I liked the finish of
Pleasantly
this. It was a
plump.
little different. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, that was cool. And if I may say also about Curtis Axel, he too can be pretty bad on the mic. And he's a nice guy, and I'm real happy that he's getting this opportunity. It's a great opportunity. He deserves it. He's been working hard.
Have you met him before?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Have you worked? Did you work with him when you were down in FCW?
No, he was already on the road.
Okay.
Yeah, but we hung out in Japan when WWE was there, and we talked about it. He's so happy that he's finally getting this push. I'm such a big fan of his father.
Right,
Everybody
yeah,
is a fan of his father.
Yeah.
He just he too needs to find something. I saw one time I came home drunk, and I turned to Raw.
You drink?
No, I don't drink. Just that one time. But I
One
saw.
beer.
I saw, times 20 or something. But I came and I watched him. He came out with Paul Heyman and he cut a promo. And I don't know if I was drunk or what. But when you're drunk, things appear better. But his promo was just bad, so monotonous, and so there was nothing in it. And I love the guy. I think he's great. He just needs to find it.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing. That's a challenge for some guys, to find, to be able to communicate, tell a story, emotions, and he's gonna get there.
And it's so easy for us to say, like, looking in, maybe not because you guys are wrestlers, but looking in and saying, oh, he's not that great, but then you don't realize how much actually goes into it.
Yeah, no, a lot goes into it, and I've struggled with it when I was in FCW. That was my downfall.
It's what most guys struggle with. I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard
For some, it
most-
doesn't come as easy. You
Yeah.
know, some guys are just natural at being able to tell stories. You got to tell a story physically, and you got to tell a story when you have a mic in your hand. Like CM Punk is a great example. Even AJ Lee, I'll say, you remember the promo
Yeah.
she cut a few
He's grown
weeks
a
back.
lot, yeah.
She's amazing, but so yeah, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
So they're pushing him, and it's great, and hopefully he'll find that. Hopefully he'll find it.
Yeah.
I've heard so many guys talk about, just in class or wherever you're talking about, people say, I'd rather wrestle in front of 20,000 people than cut a promo in front of 5.
Right.
Like,
right.
it's just, it's
Public
hard.
speaking for
Yeah.
some, it's can be very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, public speaking along with improv and having to come up
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
character and
having
be
all-
Memorize lines
creative.
or-
And then when the writers are handing you like 10, 20 bullet points that you have to cover, and it's like, whoa, there's
And
a
your
lot.
mom's watching at home.
And your mom's watching at home,
grandma too.
and
she's
your
gonna
long-haired
judge.
dad.
And you get
Yeah.
really self-conscious. I'm like, well, is my art here stupid? Is this crazy? Is what I came up with just bad? Are people going to look at me and think I'm
Yeah.
terrible?
Oh, and there's
And
Some
people
dirt
are getting
sheets.
fired left and right, so you
Yeah.
don't know if you're even going to
internet
Get the next
forums, the
week.
chat rolls, the recap shows,
And there's so
everybody
much
talking crap
pressure.
about you, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much pressure when you're on Raw and you got to cut a promo. There's so much pressure. I mean, everybody's watching. Vince is
Yeah.
watching, and you can't fail.
Yeah.
You got to kind of just be ready.
Got to
Yeah.
cut it right and to time.
Yeah.
Got to get it in on time.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy.
Axel will face CM Punk at Night of Champions on the Sunday. They've announced like what, 5 out of
I
this?
think it's 5 so far.
5
yeah.
so far? Okay.
5 matches.
Yeah. So, a bunch of the talent apparently lost their luggage this past week when they were
Yes.
flying to Canada, which you learned via Twitter or something?
I saw it on
Okay.
one of the dirt sheets.
Okay, well, anyways, Lawler was dressed up nice this week. He was in a WWE polo as opposed to his normal.
Ed Hardy crap.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to go that far.
Natalia
but-
tweeted
60-year-old
something.
man
That's what it
wearing
was.
that crap.
That's what
Natalia
it was.
tweeted that she was going to sleep in her ring gear since American Airlines had lost her her luggage, and that Cesaro was going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So that was her little tweet.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jerry Lawler, this is a good look for you, man. Please keep it. He just
Come
looks so
on.
much more official.
He
Like
looked
it looks
professional. He looked
looks
like he was
professional.
supposed to be
And
there,
this
not
really-
just someone in the crowd that just like snuck
Like-
up to the comment.
If he wants to wear that at the bar and stuff, like outside of work, that's fine. But you know, he's a veteran. Like
Yeah.
you should look. I mean, he doesn't
But
need
not
to
in
wear
a staff
But-
shirt.
I liked when he wear his gear in the crowd.
Kind of
He
looks.
has to wear
dress
the Ed
shirt.
Hardy because that's cool and it'll attract 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
Why can't
And
he
he
wear?
likes-
Why can't he wear his
AJ
king?
even said
I
something
know.
about it earlier.
Why can't he
later
wear the
on.
jacket anymore? The king jacket.
Yeah, I love that.
I love
would
that.
love
In the
to see
crowd,
that.
and that's what I was
I'm
saying.
a fan of that.
He could
I
still
love
wear the
to
Ed
see
Hardy shirt under it, but just put the coat on.
Or even no shirt. How's that?
Yeah. Oh well. You know,
The king
you don't have to.
That idea got shut down.
Yeah. So we get a
We could
package.
put him in Kathy's dress. I mean, I'm sure.
Again,
Probably has the boobs to fill it out.
They'd be a little saggy, I think.
Anyways,
By the
we
way,
get-
I want to get Kathy's dress, hashtag Kathy's dress tweeting, or what do you call it? Trending.
trending. yeah.
Trending.
I wore this dress as a I'm sorry that Johnny and Dale aren't here, but
is
they
that what-
still
is
watch
that-
dress.
is
Yes,
that
I
what it's
tweeted
for?
that out. So I hope our viewership stays up. But anyways, we get our first package of Gold Dust's career, highlights from his career throughout the night. They do a couple of these. Go to commercial, come back, and we're backstage. Everyone is helping Heyman out. Apparently, he's slipped on some water and has injured himself during the commercial.
The building should be sued for that because they didn't have one of those yellow
yeah.
watch,
Yeah,
dangerous
yeah,
slippery
great point.
thing.
Yeah, I think that
Unless
Some-
it just happened.
Somebody should have gotten fired for that.
Absolutely.
Heyman
I bet
probably
someone
just
lost their
poured
job.
some water out and yeah.
it was probably Sin Cara attempting to drink out of a bottle. And he probably botched it.
I love how you pitch Sin Cara for this
Yeah.
little thing.
Well, I'm surprised Heyman didn't fall down then and quit right there and say, "Come on," and get the X there in the back.
Yeah.
He's taking something from Sin Cara.
Oh my god.
I'm done.
Hey, go over here! My thing
I
just
got a paper cut. Anyway, so we go to the locker room. Booker and Big Show are back there, and he says, "The people are going to want you to be a hero tonight, Show, but you need to think of one thing: your daughter and your family. 2 things." Mm-hmm. But
And Daniel Bryan.
what?
He cares about Daniel Bryan so
Yeah.
much.
Don't be a hero. Just let it go.
Was he being a company man here?
Yeah. I mean,
Booker?
it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting where they're going with Booker because he's kind of been like supporting He's not with Triple H in that group, but he's kind of
I think he has
Speaking their
dollar
message.
signs in his eyes,
Yeah.
and he's just
He's
worried
been
about
around.
his job and
yeah.
making a paycheck.
He's going to try to become a corporate yes man, I think.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'd like to see him
Yeah.
be corporate. He can make it work. He can make anything work. But that little segment with Heyman kind of already being on the floor, I have to say that was confusing to me.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
He was already on the floor. I think that little piece was stupid to me. It was just it started off confusing.
It wasn't
was a
executed.
little awkward.
It wasn't executed properly.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Nonetheless,
I think you're right.
kudos.
Kudos to the writers for
Like,
coming up with something like
maybe
that.
I understood where they were going with it, but I agree with you that it felt a little weird. Like what was that? It didn't
could've-
feel like it was quite. It doesn't feel like it came off the way they envisioned it.
It's kind of cheesy. Oh, I slipped on some water in the locker room. Maybe they could have been a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
But maybe they didn't have much time to.
I would almost have rather seen him come in and we didn't see him on the ground. Like he come and say, "I slipped on water in the hall." You know, instead like the whole.
Yeah, maybe
like we just didn't need to see him.
He's already
slip.
at the doctor's.
Right, he's at the
There were a
doctor's and he
couple
comes
segments
in.
like that this night, like tonight, that were just kind of out of place. Like it seemed
Like
like,
with
they were
Christian,
time
right?
fillers almost. But
Or have Renee interviewing somebody, and then all of a sudden you hear him
A
in the back like,
crash
"Ah,
and
he
I
comes
fell,"
in.
and they're like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to hold
Yeah,
this." You know,
Well, water, yeah.
Ricardo, 1 second.
That
you
was
know.
do you need a new job?
Huh?
I hear they're hiring at. No.
I'm there. Let's do it.
That would be entertaining. While there's an interview going on, you just hear Paul Heyman scream in the background.
Hey, Axel,
and then
somebody get some
Yeah.
help.
And then
Somebody
the-
right
and
here.
then the
Paul
ca-
fell.
Camera goes to Paul laying on the
camera
ground
goes
or
to
whatever.
Paul like old Shield style, all shaking,
Yeah.
pandemonium's
Oh,
going
God.
on. What just happened? Yeah, that's a good
I
idea.
think that would have been better.
Yeah. So Ziggler versus Bray Wyatt. Ziggler doesn't even get an entrance.
Did I miss?
Seriously?
Did I miss it? Or
Yeah, you stepped out for.
Oh,
2
Did I
minutes.
miss? How's his entrance like?
This
so
was awesome.
He didn't do his little what do you call that?
His
The
little
recruit-
hip wiggle?
what do you call it? Hip wiggle?
Gyration.
Do you like it? Do you like his gyration? Because I am weirded out by his gyration.
Are you?
Yeah, because it
I feel
doesn't
like
even
you would
make.
like it.
Do you think so? You think people like it?
You look like you would like it.
Oh,
Or were you okay with Val Venus's?
I was totally okay. I was totally
So-
okay.
So
Val
corny.
Venus,
It was like
okay.
I'm
No.
used to seeing
Rick
this type of
Rude,
stuff.
okay.
Totally okay with those,
not
but
Dolph.
it doesn't fit for me. It doesn't fit.
He's the show off. That's
So he's gonna gyrate.
It's a little femme.
He's a show.
Is it possible that you like it and that's why you,
You know
don't
what?
like it?
I'd have to see my therapist about it. Maybe deep down inside.
You're
I like
actually
it.
enjoying it and you're.
Maybe, but completely
yourself?
honest,
Yeah.
completely honest, like that's like I think it's kind of stupid. He's a show off because he's a great wrestler. He's not a show off by being like sexy,
Right.
doing the gyration.
Were you
It just doesn't fit for me. He doesn't.
were you
I don't
okay with it
dig
when he
that
was
at
a
all.
when he was a heel? Were you okay with it, or is it just?
I wasn't okay with it at all.
all,
He just
okay.
doesn't fit on him. I see. I think Ziggler is a great wrestler, but he maybe the reason that he's not in a higher position is also because he doesn't quite like he's such a good wrestler. He's got a great look, but this whole. You know, he comes out with the pink shirts, and I'm not judging. I think it looks good, nothing like that. But I don't think the people quite relate to him. I don't think
the
so.
opposite. I feel like the crowd is usually behind him, and I was kind of upset that they used him as a jobber.
Yeah, he opened his mouth.
don't-
He's been a bad baby recently, and they're putting him down. I wish they could use this as like kayfabe for storyline.
What did you say? Don't say that word. Do not say that word. Don't say that word.
If they could turn this around and use it for storyline, I think that'd be great. Or hopefully that's what they're doing, and this isn't just like real life. Like we're just gonna bury this dude now. I mean, he won the world title, and he was the hottest thing.
For
Him
how
and
long?
Bryan were tight. Yeah, they took it from him real quick.
Was he? Do you think he was a good baby face? Do you think he was a
I
good
don't think
world
he's a
champ?
great baby face.
It was.
I'm saying-
I don't
it
think
was
that's
tough,
his fault, but from what
It's
I've
on him. It's
actually-
partly on him too.
It's partly on him, but from what I understand too, I've heard an interview with him where his second day at OVW, they're like, "Stop learning arm drags, you're a heel," and he never worked on his baby face. So I think you can actually see that now.
No, he can be a good baby
I think he
face.
could be. Yeah, he just needs time to work on it.
Yeah, it's a work in progress
Yeah.
for him as well. But I personally don't relate to him. Like when he comes out and his pink shirts and his cool great wrestler show off, and then he gyrates. I, as a dude, like I can't get behind him. I don't dig it. But I appreciate the kind of wrestler that he is.
Yeah.
But we could get
Isn't his
behind
whole
HBK.
It's not,
gimmick
your,
like
it's not your cup of tea.
your girlfriend
And
would
it-
wanna. like,
HBK had an
yeah.
amazing character
His
too.
assless chaps, and yet we were behind HBK. With,
He was a sexy boy.
and, yes,
so he
not
did
a boy
that.
toy though.
He was a boy toy.
Sexy. No, I'm not your boy toy. Sexy boy.
Right. But that was his character.
Not your boy, toy.
But I don't understand. Explain to me where, like in Dolph Ziggler's character, how does it make sense for him to gyrate in his entrance?
I hear
Because
you.
he's
Explain
trying
it
to
to
steal
me.
your girlfriend.
Is he Mr. Steal Your Girlfriend?
Yeah.
He
is that,
was
that
when he
was
was a
his
bad guy,
t-shirt.
but now
Is
he's.
that what they
But
called
doing
him?
this in front of a, I don't know
he
if
was
that's
doing
gonna.
a bit of that as a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Like I was watching, but I missed it.
Yeah. Well, he's still
Because-
AJ.
Yeah, he was
But,
with
I mean,
AJ.
so
that
he
was...
stole like 6 other dudes' girlfriend.
Anyways, getting into the match tonight against Bray Wyatt. Very short match, weird commercial break during the middle of it, and Ziggler basically loses within seconds. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, it was a few
was like
minutes, but he
3,
got
4 minutes,
very
yeah.
little offense.
He
in.
did the
He got a
famouser.
little bit of a comeback.
He got the famouser on him, and he kicked
Yeah.
out of the famouser.
I actually read on the dirt sheets just a second ago that the reason that they jobbed him is because they did not like the gyration that he did.
Oh,
See?
so they agree with you.
So I guess there's some truth. to
Okay.
it.
Right. Yeah.
He's turning
Right
into
from
the
the
guy
source.
that's always right.
Yeah, I guess.
He's stealing your job.
Hey, he knows way more than I do. That's why I'm staying quiet tonight.
No, it's just my opinion. You could be just as right as I am. It's just my opinion.
Well,
This guy's
Don't
been
you know that the
wrestling all
women's
over the
are
world,
right?
so I am.
Of course.
Bray finishes off Ziggler with Sister Abigail, and we go to commercial. I feel like I wanted to say Bray looks like a baby with a beard.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh,
He
wait, it
looks
was
so
Bray.
creepy, especially when he does. What's the upside down?
Oh yeah.
Backwards bridge
That's
thing.
so
It's so
creepy.
weird.
Yeah, the
I love
first
it,
time I
though.
saw that, I was like, "Wow, this is awesome." It's
Yeah.
creepy. It's trippy. It was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
His character, I
great-
feel like everything just like
It's all there.
it's all
No,
there
yeah.
and it
I-
fits together.
His wrestling feels like his character. You know, the moves feel like it goes with him. It just
Yeah.
everything's really.
It's a great character.
Everything's polished
I
off. and
believe-
really well thought out.
I believe that this character is a redo of a character that what used to be in the WWF a long time ago. There was a character, I forget the name, that talked exactly the same way and kind of
Nails?
was like that. I don't remember the name. I don't know if it was Nails. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But there was somebody that
I
did.
know who you're talking about, though. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I
I
can't
don't-
think
I
of the
don't
guy's
And
name.
I think he's doing that, but just much better.
Yeah, I
And
know.
like
was kind
really
of a-
committing.
I
Didn't
know.
they say that he
Fear type
studied
thing.
a lot of horror movies before?
Supposedly one of the characters he's mainly based on is Cape Fear, is De Niro in Cape Fear. That's where the shirts come from.
okay.
The
But I think
Bayou.
there's a mix of a lot of different things that he's been
Texas
studying.
He does it
for
so
that.
great. I remember
Charles Manson.
They
Charles
look like
Manson,
the scary
yeah,
version of
absolutely.
Duck Dynasty, essentially.
Yeah,
and that music. I love that
it's
music.
brilliant. Yeah.
Blah, blah.
And how about-
I love his finisher. I think it's
Yeah.
like everything is just so well thought out. for
and
the
the soft
character.
kiss on the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
forehead. And how about that match with Kane?
which it's it's all very creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's great.
So they announce Edge will be on SmackDown this Friday, and then we get another package of Goldust highlights. Then
You know
finally,
what I'm hoping for? All
What?
night I was hoping that they were going to put Goldust and Fandango in a segment together. Like
Really?
heavy, sexualized, heavy breathing, talking to each other. Like, hey.
Maybe if we get Gold Dust back permanently, we can.
Yes.
we can
Yeah,
do
exactly.
that.
Tonight was too
Gyration.
serious, but hopefully in the future.
Yeah.
No, it's Goldust. No. Fandango.
That could be funny.
Awesome.
That could be a good
They
program.
keep rubbing
although
themselves
it
too.
seems like
just
they're
talk-
getting rid of all the roads.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Only to come back though.
Hopefully
Yeah.
we can get him back, and then
see.
and
A road
then,
stable.
we can get Goldust versus Fandango. I think that would be great.
He's just doing backstage segments.
Yeah.
now.
Sign Val Venus back up. Get him three-way triple threat match. Hey.
So Heyman hobbles his way to the ring on crutches with Axel and his own doctor. And
Michael Kirschenbaum.
How'd you
I
because
wrote
the
it
name was
down.
so weird. Like, you had to write it down. Who do
And
you
I
think it was? Do you think he was a writer?
I actually used to work with a producer whose last name was Kirschbaum, so
Oh,
that's how I
okay.
remember that.
It's
as well.
almost similar to the name of the bodyguard of Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad. Mike, do you remember his last name?
Mm-hmm.
Mike something German.
Trout.
Yeah,
Trout.
yeah. It's almost like
You and
that
your
good-
Breaking
Nothing
Bad.
alike.
Sorry, I
Nothing alike.
so love it. But anyway,
Heyman says he doesn't trust Canadian healthcare, and he is going to withdraw himself from Night of Champions. He will not face CM Punk there, to our dismay.
But this is the Bratitude era. And Brad Maddox ain't having that.
Ooh,
Gratitude
I like that.
era.
He came walking down.
That's your boy, Brad Maddox, right?
that's her boy.
It's
You're
my
her
boy,
boy too. Isn't it your boy?
our
as well?
boy.
I think Josh wants him more than I do.
Oh, yeah. Josh actually looks kind of, he dresses sometimes like Brad Maddox purposely.
I was channeling him
He'll
in the
wear
early
like
days.
the vest and the tight.
Oh, is that your style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never. I can't pull off a vest. I did not feel right in it.
You did it for months.
Yeah, because of Maddox. I did it for Maddox. I tried to make it work.
He was jacking Maddox's swagger for a little while.
You know, he's hot. He's hot. Okay, go
You know,
pull
he
out
knows
to
how
it.
to do it. But come on, guys. Paul Heyman banged up his knee. You guys
Yeah,
are
I
laughing
mean,
here about
it's not
grabbing
very
It's a
guys.
serious. Well,
I know
banged
it's
up his
like
knee
that,
so
that
bad.
hurts. I
Hurts
bang up my
bad.
knees sometimes. Yeah, it hurts.
Well, Maddox brought his own doctor, Dr. Sampson, the doctor who saved Jerry Lawler's life. So this guy is an
Just so
official
we
could-
WWE
Just
Just
real
so we could
doctor.
eat fried food on national television
Oh,
every
terrible.
few
I'm
weeks.
surprised they didn't have Popeyes there for him tonight.
Well, there were a couple.
There was plenty of subliminal Wyatt messages.
Dude, they must have stopped at like, Jerry, we can't have you eating fried food on TV anymore.
Yeah, we're getting
freaking
Why
out
not?
about it.
Yeah, so Samson takes a look at him, and the awesome crowd starts to. He rolls up his leg, his pant leg. Everyone's like, "This is awkward."
I love that chant. Best chant of the night.
The crowd was amazing.
And yeah, he finds out. Yeah, my medical opinion. There's nothing wrong with him. There's no swelling. There's nothing. No.
You don't want to say
contortion.
the actual terms. The
Nope.
no.
Can you go
I
over
I
the
don't know.
terms and conditions?
When Johnny was here, he'd know what he was
I
talking
know.
about for
The
sure.
bilateral
I just went to
meniscus
the-
tear and the
Eat
third
an apple
degree.
a day.
What is it?
And
Keep
you're
the
good.
doctor away.
Yeah.
But Heyman got really pissed and got up in Maddox's face. And he was like, I have a long-term memory. And I wish Brad had said, yeah, I do too. And when you got the shield on my ass a few months ago.
that would have been
it's saying,
good.
Oh, learning
Yeah, of
experience.
course,
Well,
of
I
course.
learned, and you're going to be at Night of Champions.
That's
That's
true.
That
awesome.
builds a story just that,
is,
much
yeah.
more.
I didn't think about that, but that's true.
They got history.
Heyman did have Maddox beat up a
yeah.
couple months back.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a long-term memory too, Paulie.
And how about, I mean, when was the last time you went to a doctor and he totally just dismissed your pain? Even if
By
there was.
like touching.
Yeah, just by touching, you know
minimally.
what? I don't believe that you're hurt. You're fine. Go home. That's kind of rude.
It was rude, huh?
It's kind of rude
You don't like
on
Dr.
national
Sampson.
TV.
There's got to be some redness,
problem with
some
that.
I would get a second
bruising.
opinion.
Kind of
Swelling.
unprofessional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CM Punk runs out with a cane and starts attacking everyone, doctor included.
Oh,
Heyman manages to
Beats the
escape.
I think he got the worst. I think the
Christian
doctor
Baum.
got the worst beating.
wait, he
Dr.
kept getting up.
Kirschenbaum,
He kept
what
getting up. He was
his name?
no selling. The doctor was no selling a
He just
kendo
kept
stick
getting
attack.
up, kept getting up.
Doesn't that actually hurt though? Like he's actually
He's
hitting
beat-
him with the
Oh, no,
cane.
that
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah,
That hurts.
it hurts.
And then, like, when they were cutting to commercial, he was, like, looking right at the camera,
The
like,
end-
oh, I'm okay, I'm getting up. It's
Exactly.
like, dang, Christian Baum.
His 15 minutes.
Over.
The end of that segment was he was still up. He was up.
What was that all
Maybe
about?
that was
Why
the
did he
last
beat
time
him
we
up?
see that doctor on
Yeah.
television.
Watchtower told me it was Waylon Mercy. Waylon Mercy was the guy
And who is
who
he?
used to act a lot like Cape Fear. And
okay.
yeah, I remember that.
The wrestler?
Waylon Mercy, yeah.
Okay, from the early 90s?
From 90s, yep.
Okay, so, yeah, cool.
We go to commercial and come back. AJ is skipping over to commentary, and it is a match: Naomi, Brie, and Natalya versus Oksana, Alicia, and Layla. As we kind of predicted on our show, a lot of people tweeted me about it, that the Total Divas girls would team up against all the rest of the girls on the roster.
The STDs, right?
Well, we kind of predicted that it would be girls coming up from
Sexy Total Divas.
NXT, but
STDs,
that
I
was
love
his
it.
term, yeah. And he's not even
God.
Oh, it's
not
not
even
STD.
claiming it.
Yeah.
You're not going to claim it? All right.
You gotta claim it.
Sexy
I claim
Total
it.
Divas.
Yeah,
Sexy Total
Sexy
Divas.
Total Divas, STDs.
Versus the regular Divas.
That's a good one. That's a steal.
Like that.
That's a steal.
So Naomi took a very uncomfortable looking fall at the top of the match.
Yeah.
Definitely looked like she hurt something.
Landed a little bit on the neck.
Yeah.
And a little bit on that upper back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be all right.
But, it looked vicious. That's how it's supposed to look like.
I mean, she's one of the strongest wrestlers of those girls, I feel like.
She's very
so.
athletic. Wouldn't you say she's probably the most athletic of...
Yeah.
all the girls, yeah.
Of all the girls, either
Currently
her
on
or
the
Alicia.
roster.
Alicia's pretty
Yeah.
athletic as well.
Yeah,
But I
she
guess a
is.
different type of athleticism.
They're both athletic.
Yeah, they're
but
both very
Naomi, she's a little
She's
thicker.
more
Stronger,
explosive.
too, yeah.
She's more explosive.
Yeah,
I would
she's a little
say.
bit bigger. I mean,
Yeah.
I will go as far as saying that she's probably, better than Chris Jericho.
Really?
Really? Wow,
That's
look
a
at that.
statement.
There it is.
Would you say she's better than Daniel Bryan?
Oh, I don't know.
She's got the butt.
The butt?
Yeah.
The butt.
She rocks it.
She got a big butt.
And you cannot lie.
You cannot not see it.
But Natty was
love it.
looking good during this whole match too.
Oh, yeah.
She got the
Natty's
hot
great,
tag, and she
yeah.
was taking care of all of them.
Yeah.
But this is what is pissing me off. And now this is like 3 weeks in a row now since AJ came out there.
Preach.
She's on the commentary table, and she's doing her damnedest to get this Diva division over as the Divas champion. And the commentators are sitting there laughing at her the whole time. She's saying great things. She's like, oh, the times that I main evented Raw. And then Jerry's like, you main evented Raw? And she's like, yeah, 3 times. Try to watch the product. But she was on it. She was on it.
She's just quick.
And why were y'all
good.
doing
I
that
like
to her?
that when
Leave
she
her
said
alone.
something about being 26 and mentioning Jerry that he likes
Yeah.
younger women.
Yeah, I'm too old for you.
Yeah.
I'm 26.
Oh, wait, did
Love
she?
it.
Yeah, she said that too.
bad.
Shots fired, man.
beautiful.
She's on
That's-
fire right now.
She's
AJ.
great.
Yeah, AJ is good, and she looked real sexy in that whatever she was wearing, and also that STD show.
Total Divas?
Sexy Total Divas.
Sexy
Total
Total Divas. Natalie, I loved it. It's good for Natty, you know, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's such a sweetheart, and people can see, and it's gonna help her in WWE. I think I love it.
Yeah, she's
Love
definitely
it.
been one of the stars of the show.
Love it.
Natty got the sharpshooter
And
in.
didn't her fiance finally get back to the ring? He's like,
Tyson Kidd, he was on this weekend. He was
House
on-
show, right?
yeah.
He was on house shows this weekend,
Yeah,
along
because he was
with
injured for a really long time.
along with Sami Zayn made his debut on house shows this weekend. Got huge
That is
reactions.
exciting.
Got huge reactions up in
Like,
Montreal.
so
was it
exciting.
Was it Montreal they
totally.
were? I forget where they were this weekend.
And were there chants?
Olay chants and the whole deal. They said in
Olay.
Brooklyn
Uh-oh.
too. He got Olay chants.
I wonder if they
So-
won't bring him up because of that. Like they're gonna wait until Los Matadores.
And this is what I'm wondering: is that what their intention is?
I
Is to
think
take
so, yeah.
Olay away from Sammy?
Because last time that they showed, like a couple weeks ago, when they showed one of the Los Matadores promos, Jerry Lawler was like, "Olay, Olay," like after
don't
right
like
after
that.
it because they wanna.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I mean, you take away Olay from Zayn, he'll be just fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He doesn't need.
But I'm
Really?
talking like
know what I
Monday,
bet?
you know, like he could have his when he has his shirt, it'll say Olay on there, and then he'll make money off of that. And now they're trying to
I
like,
think
no,
at some point,
we want
you
it
may see that
on
at
our
some
product.
point. I bet
Well-
in the next 10 years you'll see El Generico at some point.
When
Just
he's
like we did-
facing ADR.
Just like we did Dude Love. It'll be
If you
one
want
of
to
those
hear
things
us
where
talk
he's
about Sami Zayn more, tune into the NXT
yeah.
After Show Thursday nights here on
our
AfterBuzzTV.com.
newest wrestling
Boom.
show.
There it is. It could be like a Mr. America thing. Sami Zayn, you can't be here, and he shows up
Yeah.
as Generica.
Hogan's double dipping. He's completely crooked.
Hogan!
We get yet another Goldust highlight package, and then R-Truth versus ADR.
See,
What?
see, see. I'm about to lock in the armbar. See.
Come on, people, chat.
And then we get a really awkward promo from RVD.
How's it going?
Oh,
Not even there.
Can I-
Yeah, do you want to say it?
Can I reenact it?
Reenact it,
I'll
please.
try.
Please.
Right here in the camera.
Alberto Del Rio. I forgot how did it start?
That's perfect. That's awesome.
Okay, like
Sunday it won't be ADR.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be RVD.
You think you're bad, but I am RVD, Mr. Money, Monday Night Raw. And at the next pay-per-view, you will fall victim to the viciousness of the 5-star Frog Splash.
One of the many awkward moments.
I don't think that was what he said.
There are a lot of drugs out there that will help you do wrestling promos. Like we can look in the 80s and see that perfectly, but I don't think cannabis is one of them.
He can't possibly be smoking. I mean, they got such a tight.
Oh yeah, I can't be. right
RVD
now.
don't have any sway over there. It's like, dude, I'll
Well, I mean-
sign, but I gotta smoke.
Dude, friggin' Orton has gotten popped and taken off for that.
That's not
before,
just
so-
like
I
him
mean,
wanting a
for whatever,
vacation?
but
Oh, I thought that was just he's so high up there.
I
Like,
imagine.
you know what? I want a vacation. Let me smoke a little weed.
oh, hey, can I get
Let me-
tested today? You know.
You know what? Let me shoot some testosterone so I don't have to chill out for 30 days.
Yeah, I imagine he's clean.
Yeah,
I would think
he
so.
Can't, he can't.
He would.
Now he can't get away.
Well,
with
Swagger
it.
got caught like last year,
Yeah, he's
and
probably,
he's much lower than RVD. as
he
far
got
as-
he got caught, and he's an example of like they were pushing him hard.
Yeah.
They were pushing him so
He
hard.
also didn't test positive.
What's
he,
that?
He just got caught with cannabis
Yeah.
swagger. He didn't
but
test
he
positive.
actually he was
Why are
in
we
trouble.
calling it cannabis?
I don't know.
Is that the technical term?
Reefer. He got caught with reefer.
Do you know the word for THC? How does it go?
What?
THC.
What is the its name?
actual-
Oh, I forget. It's a long name.
Anyway.
Something carbohydrate or whatever.
That's good. But I mean, he got popped for DUI, right?
I'm gonna look it
Swagger. He was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Anything like that is a problem.
I think also we've talked about this while we were watching. It's the time that it happens and how much they actually care about you. Like if you're already on thin ice and you get a DUI, you're probably not coming back.
Yeah, but he wasn't even on thin ice. Or he came back.
I don't
right?
know. A lot of people have gotten DUIs.
It's timing though. Like what if
No,
you
you're
have
right.
like so many people coming up right at that moment, you get a DUI and you're
You're-
out, and then they have people that replace you.
No, you're absolutely right. That was horrible timing. At the time when they're pushing him hard, they had him take a break, and then they repackaged him a little bit, and they pushed him hard. And around then, he decides to drink and drive.
I don't think it was drinking or driving. It was smoking and driving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh,
It
okay,
was,
well-
he got caught with reefer.
Yeah,
Nonetheless.
Tetrahydrocannabinol.
Whoa.
What?
Look at the
You wanna
big
do- you
brain
wanna
on
do
THC?
Brad.
Yeah.
What is it?
Spell it.
Yeah.
Tetrahydrocannabinol. Tetrahydrocannabinol now. This isn't a spelling bee.
But
I was terrible
anyway,
at those anyways.
The more.
it's so sad. To go through that though, you're getting pushed to the stars, and for something like that to happen.
It's his own fault.
No, yeah.
I mean, it hasn't
yeah.
really hurt him though, because he's
And-
been in this Real American thing. He went right into it, and so
It hasn't hurt him. I mean,
Swagger.
He still had
it-
his Mania match with, or he still wanted elimination
Yeah,
chamber.
because it happened just
I
as
think
he
it,
was starting
it
the
hurts
Real American
anyone
Totally
thing.
hurt
being
him.
off air for
so?
however many months. Like you don't get,
He wasn't off air.
wasn't he?
Swagger? No, he was on TV
he was
the next
gone.
day.
no, he might have been on TV, but look where he is now. Is there? He's
Because it was this. It happened right as they debuted the Real Americans, and he had
Oh,
that big
yeah.
match going into WrestleMania, but the Real Americans has still gone on. I mean, they've made
Yeah.
it more of a tag team, but it doesn't
No.
feel like he's really had to step
No,
backwards.
because he was always gonna job. He was
They
always
were
gonna job
just-
to Del Rio.
They were just starting that when it happened, so his
Yeah.
push had
And
just begun like a
WWE
week
got
before.
a lot of backlash because they didn't take him out.
Yeah.
I think the total where he is on the card now to where he
Could have
they
been,
probably
possibly.
could have been, or where they were pushing him. It's
That's
because
true.
of that. And
We don't know where they would. We don't know where their plans were.
And look at R-Truth. Another example. He was main eventing Ross. He was hot.
Yeah.
He was fresh too. Remember all that stuff he was doing, and then he got caught with
Him and Evan Bourne got caught at the same time, I think.
and that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he
CM
was-
Punk.
That's when he was
never
doing
get caught.
the
Straight edge.
The thing with Miz is when Truth got caught and they were
Right.
doing the I forget the name of their team, but was it the Awesome Truth or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were doing Awesome Truth, yeah,
Awesome
and then
Truth,
they were being pushed and it all went away.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
ADR puts the cross arm breaker on Truth, gets him to tap, grabs the win. Before we get into the rest of the after show, I just want to mention that if you're watching us on YouTube, then please take 2 seconds, go over to iTunes.
Take a look at her dress. Oh.
Cathy's
that too.
dress.
I'm sorry.
We want high ratings tonight. But anyways, go over to iTunes, type in AfterBuzz TV. You can find all of our WWE after shows, Raw, Main Event, SmackDown, NXT now.
Yeah. And if you-
subscribe, rate and comment, tell a friend, because that's how we grow here at AfterBuzz, and it's all free content. So.
And if you're only listening on iTunes, you must go to YouTube and see said dress Miss Cathy
Catherine.
Kelley is wearing.
Yes?
Catherine, is the microphone in the way?
Oh yeah, it might be.
Does it?
There
Oh,
we go.
it only goes so far. Is it stuck to something?
that's
my
opening
grandma's
up.
not watching this week.
Like move it that way.
Watching this week?
My grandma.
Oh, good.
So all the iTunes listeners,
This is what your granddaughter's wearing.
My mom already commented.
I'm sure my mom will
So-
comment as well.
So if you dislike this video, that you're just saying that you don't like her dress. So don't say that. Otherwise, we'll think something wrong of you.
This is so I wouldn't get as many hate comments for hosting. 'Cause Johnny's gone. They promo Night of Champions, commercial, come back, and they announce a turmoil match for Sunday. Primetime players, Tons of Funk, 3MB, Usos, and Cesaro and Swagger will all be in the match then they'll face for the tag team title?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
and
like
this
a
is
slobber
a
knocker.
pre-show match.
That's the pre-show match,
Okay.
yeah.
That'd be
Which
exciting.
I think is a cool idea.
Who you guys
We got
picking?
excited when we heard it.
PTP. millions of dollars.
I really
millions
think
of
that they're
dollars.
gonna get it.
millions of dollars. Arr, 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 arr.
They've had a huge push.
No
lately.
days off.
Oh, your
Why do you
hair.
think they're gonna? Why do you think they're gonna push lately? If I were to ask you
Because
that
of the
question?
TMZ thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Darren Young.
I mean, I think that's
the
a part of
thing
it.
with,
Darren Young, yeah.
You know, I think they
Well,
were.
it's time, too.
And
It's
I
time.
think part of it's probably because they were really behind Titus. Everyone and Darren Young was kind of thought to be the least interesting, and now with the TMZ thing, I think they probably like both of them now,
Yeah.
and are pushing them because
You
of
know-
that as
I
well.
mean, they're relevant right now
They
just
are.
because he was on, what was he, on like Good Morning America and
Yep.
a ton of other outlets. And now, I mean,
And people are getting behind him. I like
They
him as
have
baby
talent,
faces
yeah.
too.
I like him better as
that
baby
whole
faces.
thing we were doing. This is fun,
Oh,
man. You
it's
know, I
fun.
mean, it's such a baby face thing to do for everyone in the crowd to start
Oh,
doing
it's
it with
such a
it.
cool little, gig.
Make him move, make him move.
One of our fans actually, one of the guys who I should say fan listens to our show.
Sam Fines.
Sam Fines, like
Shout out.
one of the original fans of ours. Him and his son made the WrestleMania DVD last year doing that.
Oh yeah,
The little
yeah.
WrestleMania
really
video.
cute.
It was really
That's
cool.
right, they were doing that.
Gotta tell you, Young,
Darren Young?
Darren Young, he's struggled for a long time. When he was in NXT, the first NXT,
Yeah.
he was like the weakest link. He didn't really have much other than he had that crazy spiky hair, looked like Black John Cena kind of.
Yeah.
You know, and but he didn't really have much to him. And then when they split off into two different groups, he was like the weakest link. He didn't have much. He stuck around long enough. He was able to. And this pairing with Titus O'Neil
Yeah.
and this millions of dollars thing, it's so cool. It's so hip.
he was kind of the personality and Titus was the wrestler, right?
Yeah, they both
no,
raised,
definitely.
they both raised themselves up because Titus was boring before he got together with Darren. too.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It was such a good match that it brought
The best out of each of them.
each other. But I would have to say that Darren Young is the wrestler. He's a very very
Very
good
good,
wrestler.
yeah.
Very technical. Do you think they planned it? Do you think they planned this?
I genuinely don't think that it was staged.
The TMZ thing?
yeah.
I know people who've questioned whether or
I mean, a
not-
lot of people have their
Yeah.
own opinions on it,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
no one will ever really know unless Darren Young says that it was staged.
Either
Like,
that or
yeah.
we get a hold of TMZ and find out.
I mean, even then, I don't know if I would trust
Yeah.
it, but
So you don't know maybe if WWE, if it was their idea, hey, listen, why don't you?
if you want to get a push, then
Might have been
maybe
a
they-
private.
Yeah,
it might have been a Darren
I mean,
Young
I would
thing,
think it
not
would
a
be more
WWE thing.
Darren Young than because I doubt many people in WWE knew. You know, I mean, I'm sure Titus knew because I know Titus said he knew, but a lot of people were coming on going, we had no idea.
Cena
We
said
had no
like he knew
idea.
too.
honestly, whether it was calculated or not, I'm happy that it finally
Absolutely,
happened
yeah.
because it's amazing to see someone comfortable enough to come out.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm actually glad. I mean, we're talking about it now, but it's really not talked about anymore because it's really
Yeah.
a non-issue.
Yeah.
It really is a
Yeah,
non. It's
well,
not a
what's
big
there
deal
to talk about?
There's nothing to talk about.
Their whole thing is like, the bully campaign, anti-bully
Mm-hmm.
campaign,
Yeah.
and not discriminating. I think it's great for their image,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's awesome for Darren Young.
I agree.
And it's great.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the tag teams as a whole, just because I feel like now we actually have some legitimate tag
Mm-hmm.
teams.
Yeah, and they seem, and the Matadors thing is one of those things that makes me feel that they're gonna do something with the division. They're repackaging a team. Feels like they're trying to get the pieces into place. I mean, it's felt like
And
that for a
having an
couple
entire
years.
pre-show on a pay-per-view devoted to it, I mean, that shows a lot.
I mean, the only thing is it's felt like the last couple of years, oh, they're getting ready to relaunch a tag division, then it gets pulled away. Then they start to do it again, then it gets pulled away. So are they just going to pull the carrot back away from us again? Or is this the time they really start to focus on the tag
There's
division?
quite a few teams now, right?
There's
some teams.
5 on the pre-show.
You guys like the Usos?
I love the
Yeah.
The
Usos.
Usos are great.
They've
I
grown
love
on
the
me.
face paint too. Like that's something they added.
I
the
love
last few months.
their intro. It's
edges.
amazing.
The
And the
little
fact that they're
tribal thing.
actually allowed to do the full thing now. I think that the reason why they've been getting a push is because of Total Divas.
Just
Been definitely part of it.
STD.
He's
Yes.
like he's like my favorite on there. Him
Yeah.
and John.
Yeah.
I'm a huge John Cena fan on the Divas show. It's
Cameron's
awesome.
Wait, you're a
boyfriend's
fan
so
of
annoying.
John or a fan of John?
Both.
If you want to
Team
watch our
John.
Total Divas after show, you can catch it Monday nights before our
And if
after
you want
show.
to check out Catherine's dress, tune to YouTube right now. Go from audio to video. I can move the mic. Oh, I think I'm getting. Yeah, they're saying move the mic. They're saying move the mic.
Well, let me just talk about this match first.
Okay.
Seth Coulter's in the ring and talking about how Canada sucks. We, the
He said, you moose loving maple syrup slurping. All y'all care about is hockey. I'm like, dude, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
And they're all just smiling, laughing. They love it. And they all come along with him. They all start saying, yeah, we're real Americans too.
And then Santino comes out.
He's back. Yes.
What an entrance. It was amazing. He power walks his way to the ring. We get Cesaro versus Santino. Some awkward points at the top of the match, but Cesaro starts swinging Santino around, and it gets awesome.
Wow.
We counted 26 times. You spun him around.
I wrote better than Dirty Dancing.
Yeah. And you could gradually just start seeing the people in the stands standing up, like as the rotations kept going. This is a great match for both of these guys,
It was so
right?
memorable.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
And this isn't even the longest swing he's ever done.
Really?
In Sin Cara, he did it.
Sin Cara.
You mean in Shikara?
Shikara? Yeah, that's what I started to say, and then I said Sin Cara. Shikara, he did it like 86 to 100. It was somewhere
did
around
100
there.
at one
Oh my
point.
gosh.
Yeah.
Or they counted.
100?
The audience counted 100,
How do
but
you
I
not
think
pass out? I don't understand. All
he's
the
a
blood is like
machine.
rushing to your head.
it's a Terminator.
For who? For the guy at the bottom or the guy spinning?
Both.
Guy
that's
spinning,
true.
you
Good point,
focus.
good point.
Spinning, you focus your eyes.
No, the guy
on
who's
one
being
point.
spun.
Probably
Yeah.
focusing on Cesaro's head.
Yeah, I mean both of them. If you want to focus your eyes on a point,
Yeah, and
it doesn't.
I feel like that's
make
a
it-
torture tactic or something.
Oh yeah, the
can
big
be.
swing. I mean, it's
Yeah,
fun for a
yeah.
little bit, but it's got to be a torture device right
Have
there.
you been swung before, Josh?
Well, no, you remember when you're little, you get swung by your arm.
Do we have enough room here for you to swing Josh around?
No, we
be
do not.
amazing.
No, we do not. Let's not do
I
that.
got pillows all around
Okay.
here just in case. His head. But they cut a good angle. They zoomed out when he was doing that.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
10,
It
they
looked great.
zoomed out, and
They
as the
accidentally
fans
get
were
a
getting
little-
more wild.
A little
Yeah.
too close to one of the corners.
I like that because it almost felt like something they won't let a guy do on TV anymore. You know, like
Right,
it
right,
almost
right.
feels like one of those things. Like Vince would be in the back going, "Oh my God, is he gonna spin him again? Stop this! Turn the cameras off of him."
Except
you know,
because he makes it look so good, and he does it so many times. I mean, it actually, and he does
and it made
fast,
it awesome. Yeah,
So it worked. And
it totally. Worked.
yeah,
I know, and this is stuff you see on like America's Got Talent and things. Like when you see like people doing gymnastics stuff and talent shows, and those things got a huge rating. So I think like even random people
I
flipping
don't
through the
think you
channel.
would see someone spinning around on America's Got Talent.
I remember there was
There'd
like a
be acts
husband.
in, like, 2 seconds.
There was a husband-wife combo where they were doing like the Cirque du Soleil stuff.
Well,
where,
yeah,
but that's a little
holding
bit
each other up by their hand.
More challenging, like where you
This
lift
is-
someone over their head with a pinky or something.
I know-
This is similar.
I know
This is
what you mean.
awesome.
Oh no!
I know what you mean. I mean,
Core strength, man.
that's obviously that's what WWE is all about. It's about physicality, wrestling, fighting, entertainment, tricks like that. You know,
Yeah.
like acrobatics.
Yeah.
You know, so and man, Cesaro looks so good in this match.
Yeah.
I know you guys say both of them look good. Of course, Santino was great.
Yes.
And he was over, but Cesaro looked amazing.
Yeah,
It was a good
Cesaro
match
made
for
him look
Cesaro.
awesome too. Yeah.
It was a really entertaining match overall.
I almost want to see Cesaro pick a guy up over his head and just spin him, you know, like in the cartoon, like, almost like he's spinning a piece of pizza pie.
Yodel while he's doing it.
Yodeling while
I've
he's
seen him spin. I've seen Cesaro spin on the independent level. He spun guys. He picked the guy up on his shoulders, and he'd spin him on his head a little bit before they would fall off.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
he'd spin
Oh my
like a.
God.
You
over-
mentioned that Cesaro had some swaggerish moves tonight, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he hit Swagger's kind of power slam that he does. That kind of modified power slam he used. It was a little bit different, but it
What
looked
was
like he was trying to do
Also,
that.
the piece of S thing.
Oh yeah. How about tonight for PG era? Not only did we get Cesaro calling him
Oh,
a piece
yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, I didn't say it. I didn't put a T in there.
Ish.
Josh likes to drop 4-letter words.
She
sometimes.
dropped the F-bomb like
I
a few
do.
weeks ago. I never dropped the F-bomb.
I don't know.
But he said a piece of shit.
I believe you actually, you just said it again. And I believe you did drop an F-bomb and then say, I didn't say it. I believe that did happen a couple
So
months
long ago.
I don't forget things like that.
Who called who piece of shit?
Cesaro, he grabbed Santino. He grabbed Santino and yelled that at him and then
Yeah.
uppercutted him.
Is it difficult to not say swear words when you're like trying to be you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like really aggressive and
From my experience, I swear a lot in Russian, and I can't have my parents ever watch my
Niet.
matches.
Oh, really?
It's more vulgar than that, but
I just said no. So
but I think if guys are naturally curse a lot, and
Yeah.
when they're acting the part of beating somebody up and showing emotions, it's natural for cuss words to come out.
Yeah.
So for me, it's really hard to control.
Yeah.
It.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
yeah.
I see a lot of guys that want to swear.
But is it possible that when Cesaro picked Santino up and said, "You piece of shh," he just said, "Hey, you piece of shh."
No, he said he full out said it, but it wasn't. I don't think he figured it would be getting caught on camera. You know, he was just in the ring saying it. So.
For the first 5 rows, you know,
yeah.
but it got picked up on the mic.
I think there was just a camera really close.
But then
with
Edge called Triple H a dick.
But
that's different.
But he's like, "Oh, you're not a dictator, you're a dick." We also we got
Dick is-
a-hole
Dick-
chants
Dick
from the
is the first
audience.
name.
Well, that wasn't planned. By
I'm saying, but like
WWE.
tonight didn't have a PG feel. I mean, every bit, every part, even the
because
stars.
Edge is back. It's the Attitude Era
There was
again.
Bull Wiener.
There was Bullwiener featured.
rated R today.
Santino pulls out the win. Awesome match overall. Great welcome back for Santino.
Yeah.
Fun.
We come back from commercial with Sandow in the ring with his briefcase in tow. Miz comes out and we get a decent match. A lot of back and forth. And then Fandango comes out with Summer Rae.
Yeah, this match was just
We're
getting to this bit.
Fandangoing.
And
Haven't seen that much.
Yeah, Sandow capitalizes on this distraction, gets the win. I feel like the reason why we haven't seen people fandangoing as much is because they keep him in back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
They
haven't seen
haven't
much
used
of
him that much.
Why do you think that is?
I think that they just have a lot of guys on the roster, and you know, his gimmick was very over, and then I don't know, just kind of once
had
he
a
was
concussion.
injured,
He got
yeah,
injured, right?
kind
That
of
slowed it down.
lost
I mean,
its-
I don't know.
Are they just keeping him there waiting for a spot to?
I don't know if they're
to come up.
I don't know if they're if they look at him as seriously anymore as before, because they're worried, okay, if we're gonna push this guy, we're gonna invest all this money into him, but if he's easily concussable or
Yeah.
he's easily injury prone, I don't know if that's the reason.
That is something to think
maybe
about.
they
he's
That,
were-
I mean, that,
easily injury prone. I feel like he's just willing to take risks. Like when your finishers from the top rope,
My
like
God, right.
Yeah, no.
obviously you're more injury prone.
A butt bump from the top rope.
I mean, you need to
He's had
survive that.
They take concussions really seriously. If you
Yeah.
have one or two, then they're like, you know, because they take it real seriously nowadays. So I don't know if that has anything to do
Yeah,
with it.
but you're right. Some people are just made of glass more than others are. I know that some guys just seem to get hurt
Because-
Bruised
all
like
the
a
ti-
peach.
all the time. You're like, dude, how do you always get hurt?
Some guys are just more injury prone, and when they're investing when they're push a guy and they're investing, there's a big investment. You
Yeah.
know, all that TV time, all that costs money. So they gotta depend on the guy to be healthy, and sometimes it's just not in the cards, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Who knows? He's such a good wrestler. He's
Yeah,
so
he is
smooth.
good.
Can I say something about Sandow?
No. Okay, fine.
Be
No.
nice. Let him.
Come on, I plugged your dress.
Please, I
twice.
want to hear what he has to say.
Okay, what,
No, I
do, you,
just
what
want
do you want to say about
just
Sandow?
the one thing about Sandow. This guy, he needs to come out with a book. He's been in developmental for over a decade.
Yeah.
He got released, went to Puerto Rico to hone his craft, came back to be in developmental.
How
for
many times was he actually signed to developmental? Is this
Twice.
just
I
2
believe.
times?
Yeah,
Okay.
twice. And
Talk about proving them wrong. Like when
Talk
they
about
say that you're
yeah.
not good enough to be on WWE and then coming back better than ever.
And I
Over and over
heard they
again.
hated the Sandow gimmick at first too when he brought it up. I heard they supposedly didn't like it down there, and he just got it over.
I don't know, but I remember when I came in, he was going through different characters, and
Idol Stevens, right?
He was that, and then he was doing different gimmicks, and he was picking up steam with something else. Such persistence. I mean, I had a hard time being in developmental for a year and a half or 2 years. I was there. It's hard. It's not easy. And for him, for a person to be able to do it, to be in that system for like over a decade, and to finally, you know, for all that work to pay off, now
Yeah.
he's a Money in the Bank winner. So he's probably going to be a champion. I mean, wow, I am so happy for a person like that.
Perseverance pays.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Cool story.
He's one of my favorite characters on the show right now too.
Yeah.
I think he's amazing character, wrestling wise, everything's amazing.
You
about him.
think that's a guy that deserves it?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I guess the
Yeah.
storyline between him and Cody Rhodes is over now. That
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we've moved.
Moving
I
on
guess
to
we've
bigger-
moved on.
I figured that they would draw it out a little bit longer, but
And
it
you-
went in a different direction.
And you can always come back to it. You can put the title on Sandow and then
Yeah.
and then revisit that.
Yeah.
Were you digging that storyline? Do you think?
I kind of liked it, yeah.
It was huge at Money in the
Yeah.
Bank.
I like where they're going with that. If I hope they continue this current Rhodes storyline. I like where they're going right
I
now.
hope Cody Rhodes is just fired. I'm kidding.
Backstage, Renee Young is joined by Goldust. He has lost a lot of weight, first off.
Looking good, Dustin.
Looks a little trim.
You didn't think that was
Trim.
him at first. You were like,
yeah, I
that's
thought
not
it was
Gold
Cody
Dust.
dressed as Goldust.
You wanted it to be Cody, right?
You wanted it to.
Who said they wanted Cody
What?
to?
That was her prediction.
No, that was your prediction.
No, that was me.
It wasn't me.
One of our predictions.
It was you. No, that was me.
That was me.
None of us want to claim ownership. He says he's messed up his chances at WWE, but Cody was wrongfully fired. Triple H interrupts and adds some pressure to the match just by saying that, reminding him, your brother's contract is kind of on the line. Like, if you lose, he's gone for good.
He must be really nervous.
Yeah.
A lot of
You know, this is your first time back in a long time. Like, jeez.
What's he been
Got a
up
lot
to?
of riding on this.
Yeah.
Commercial, we come back and recap of last week's Raw when Cody got fired. Then we get a Popeyes ad in the vein of a Wyatt family promo, just a quick split second of chicken.
Fried chicken
down.
falling.
I loved it.
I don't know.
Subliminal advertising.
I was like, I'm
or something.
hungry. I need
Well,
some fried
and
chicken.
they mentioned to it. I think it was sponsoring. I think Popeyes was sponsoring it.
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
made reference to it.
Okay. Well, it was better than having some
Good
Popeyes chicken in
advertising.
front of Lawler.
Yeah, so he would have eaten that whole thing up real quick.
Would it be good if he came out next time? With a light in one hand.
A lantern in one hand and a bucket of chicken.
Oh, that would be funny.
And then when he sits down and the lights go up, he's just eating Popeye's chicken.
or
his
maybe
vacuum
maybe
chamber.
one of the other guys is holding the bucket and the other one feeds him, so he doesn't even eat. They just feed him the chicken.
He just stares at the
Yeah,
opponent.
he just sits there and eats and then doesn't use his hands.
I dig that. What if he went into the
creepy.
ring, did that upside down thing, and I was eating it
Yes.
upside down?
They feed him the chicken upside down.
Popeyes would have to pay a little bit more money for something
Yeah,
like that.
that's a big investment. Yeah.
Orton versus Goldust. Orton makes his entrance, and then Goldust comes out. Losing isn't an option for him, he says. I love the sign as well, RK No, we saw. The crowd is absolutely amped for this
I
match.
love Goldust's music. Like, that's probably one of
This
the
whole
best
entrance. Well,
you haven't heard
themes
it.
of Jim Johnson. Like, it's just so good. Yeah, and I guess it's another nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest pop for me the night Royal Rumble last year or this year.
Yeah,
Royal
when he
Rumble,
came
when
back,
he came out
yeah.
and Cody was in the middle of the ring like, come on, come on. It was so good.
Awesome.
He's got a great music. He's got
Yeah,
a great
it's
music. I gotta tell you,
Just the entrance and the way they shoot it is all great.
Jim Johnson. Nonetheless, kudos to him.
Nonetheless,
yeah.
kudos for sure.
Yeah. So there's lots of energy at the top of the match. Orton misses a drop kick and a couple other moves, I think. But Goldust is in control for a little bit, and then Orton leaves the ring. We go to commercial, come back, and Orton is in control again. They take the fight outside of the ring and almost run into the ref at one point once they get back in there.
I think there's one point where he is this where Orton
On the
whipped
apron.
him on the apron into
Yeah.
the pole, right? Which is cool. I haven't ever seen anyone do that. It's usually down on the
Looked good,
ground.
right?
Yeah, it looked really good.
And how about how hot the match is? All the they started
Yes.
the pace of the match
Oh,
was
completely,
perfect.
yeah.
I mean, they were just mashing perfectly, right?
Yeah,
Fantastic match. Yeah.
Orton pulls out a yes chant at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when he had him down, he was like, come on.
Goldust looked I thought he looked tremendous.
Great.
Like
You still got a
not
chance
being
for
in
going
the
him
ring,
back.
yeah.
Let's bring him back some more.
I
one
think he'll
more
be back.
run.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
love
they'll-
to see another run.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Have all of the roads back.
And maybe, hopefully, he can get Cody's job back. I'm shooting for that. I hope.
I'd like to see Force Cody versus
kind of-
Goldust with Dusty as the special guest referee or something
Some of the
like that.
things that Stephanie was hinting at, it kind of sounds like they're trying to get rid of Dusty too.
Yeah.
or maybe it's a.
cool.
They bring
Tune in to NXT
Yeah.
next week.
and that's what we were talking about. That would be cool if they brought NXT into it as well, and Dusty being the general manager of NXT.
What if he comes with his gang of guys from NXT, and that's how they bring up a couple more
Rossman.
guys or something? Like that guy,
Sammy
you know
and-
that guy?
Oh yeah, your boy
Downstairs.
Yeah, they're all my boys.
Corey Graves.
You said it so smoothly. Corey.
Some good false finishes towards the end. Orton ends up getting the win. Crowd is pissed.
He hit Crossroads too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great Crossroads. He hit it nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, Cody, that's how you do your move right here, boy. Yeah. He tried to do Shattered Dreams.
Yeah.
And Randy hightailed it out of there earlier in the match to get away from that. That would have been cool to get a Shattered Dreams on PG TV. God.
After the match, Orton says, "Looks like your dream of saving your baby brother's career is shattered, just like Daniel Bryan's dreams of taking this championship away from me on Sunday. They will be shattered."
Powerful, powerful words.
It seemed kind of pointless, actually, to have Orton on the
Can
mic
we-
at that point. I don't know. It just wasn't. It kind of killed the mood for me.
Well, Randy, that's not his strong
Strong
point.
point, yeah.
Well, but should we take a moment to just, Cody's out of a job? Should we take
Yeah.
a moment?
Oh
moment
yeah,
of
a little
silence.
moment of
Yeah.
silence for.
Unless they bring
Cody
Dusty Rhodes in the ring next week.
That's
It's
right,
like,
baby.
you got to get your two sons
Josh, do
back.
not understand a moment of silence.
Do you understand hard times? It's when both of your sons are fired.
Okay. So, Los
Son of a
Matadors promo. That was a
Kathy
short
doesn't know
moment of
what
silence.
hard times
We
is.
only have a couple minutes left. Well, we have like 25 minutes, but we have a lot to cover.
Yes.
Los Matadors promo.
Another one?
Excited to see them. Yeah.
Oh, there was two, huh?
Excited to see them
Bull wiener.
make their debut. Oh, bull wiener.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were. Someone told us to
That
mention the bull
sounds
wiener.
so vulgar. for
Because
whatever
it
reason.
is.
It's terrible.
Backstage, Goldust is crying. Stephanie McMahon says, "You let everyone down. How does it feel to be a loser, just like your brother? Go join him in the unemployment line."
That was
Dang,
nasty.
girl, that's cold.
Harsh. She's been
Cold.
harsh the
Yeah.
last
Yo,
couple
cold
weeks.
as
$1 billion
ice.
princess.
But she started off. You didn't think, you weren't sure if she was gonna start off that way because he was crying, and
Yeah.
maybe we thought maybe Stephanie was gonna kind of feel for him,
Yeah.
or maybe say, you know what, you did a good job, you can work for us. But she turned it around. She was
Yeah.
so evil.
Whose cry is better, Big Show's or Goldust's?
Goldust looked so real.
Well,
So,
because
Yeah.
he had
the
the
black around the eyes helped.
he looked so
kind of like
sad with the
mascara
makeup.
when
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
could cry.
I prefer to see Goldust crying.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
tired of Big
Goldust
Show
is good.
crying.
See, a lot of wrestlers cry,
Sick
really.
of Big Show crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I want to see guys, I mean, what is this? I came to see fighting, not crying. All right? They don't cry in the UFC.
No, they don't.
Only
Well, yeah,
after they
do.
win.
Sometimes they do.
And
Well,
lose.
they cry when they lose all the time. 50% of the fighters are
It's
always
not crying,
crying in the
it's
UFC.
sweat.
What is it?
Sweat.
It's sweat, yeah.
Sweat coming from their eyes.
From their
not tears.
eye ducts.
Exactly.
There was an awkward cut to the commentators at the desk, and then
Just sitting
even
there.
more awkwardness coming out. Ricardo Rodriguez and RVD make their entrance. Such a weird pairing still.
RVD's
I'm
biggest
not
fan.
buying
What's
it
your
still.
perfect combination, right?
Yeah, I'm still not buying it.
This looks like a big
Weird,
fan.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? I agree with you. That looks like, it looks weird.
Yeah.
It almost looks like Jared the King Lawler looks in that parties.
Yeah, I
kind
guess-
of just and
Ricardo. needs
we're
to be
used
in
to
a
seeing
suit-
him in a tuxedo,
suit,
you know?
tux, Yeah.
he should stick to
Stick
to a
to the
similar
tux,
look.
yeah.
Maybe let it out a little bit.
Right.
Show some chest or something.
Maybe he
Not
should
have
get
the
his
tie
own.
on and have it open. Or,
Maybe
yeah.
an airbrushed
An airbrush
tuxedo.
tuxedo.
Get his guy to make him one.
I mean,
Because nothing says class like an airbrush tuxedo. Let's take it down to Venice Beach.
They replay RVD versus Orton on SmackDown this past Friday. And then we go into Ryback versus RVD, Battle of the Airbrush Singlets.
Yes.
Josh was excited.
I love.
Do you think they
I
ever
love
fight
Ryback.
over whose gear needs to be made first?
I don't know.
Big
What's that?
guys, big traps. I
Oh, that's
love.
awesome.
That's what I was gonna mention. I love the logo on there
Yeah.
saying that.
And he came out with the logo behind him, the bear trap logo,
Bear trap.
Yeah,
with the Ryback R. And
I'm loving Rye Bully.
I like Ryan.
I love it.
yeah.
It fits him so well. I love
I think
it.
he's just a misunderstood teddy bear.
He is.
Yeah.
Maybe
just wants
because
to
of
hug.
that, he's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
bully.
You think he's bully?
Maybe because of that,
Yeah.
he's a bully. Because he's
getting-
misunderstood.
Yeah.
But I'm getting tired of the Goldberg chants. I don't understand them. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense
old.
anymore. All he's done is job to people. I mean, he beat a lot of nobodies up for a long time, but he didn't. He didn't beat Cena. He didn't beat Punk. And now he's a bully. Like Goldberg
Yeah.
never did anything like that.
He's not really that even much like Goldberg. I mean,
No.
there's some similarities, but it's not like he's a carbon copy of Goldberg by any stretch of the imagination.
And he's never reacted to the Goldberg chants either. Like I can
shouldn't.
see, like if he said, like I'm not a nugget, like that kind of thing, that they would have caught on to it. But he didn't do any of that.
Believe me, if he would react to it, then
Oh,
they
man,
would
it'd be huge.
continue.
So I don't know why it keeps going. It's like,
I'd almost rather have the announcers react to it and say, "This guy's not. I don't know what these fans are talking about," and say why
Make
he's
him
not.
feel
Wait, but
stupid.
hold on a second. If they talk about it, then the fans are going to continue to
Yeah.
chant it, though.
I don't think they're going to stop
Acknowledge it.
anyways, though. It's been going on for
They're not
over
going
a
to
year.
stop anyways, but if you continue to work them, like actually make it seem like you're hearing them, they're going to continue doing it because they know that they're listening to us. We're going to continue
Yeah.
screwing with
I
them.
agree.
I think they should just not acknowledge it. Hopefully it'll die, but the fans, they're just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, so we got an a-hole chant today.
Yeah. There's a lot of
thanks.
fans who go there to hear themselves chant.
Yeah, it's fun. That's
So
it's
it's-
part of
it's
being
true,
there
yeah.
live.
It's part of the
you know?
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it absolutely is.
Exactly.
Alberto Del Rio comes out, calls RVD a washed-up loser, and
He is.
calls Ricardo a peasant. He says that you two belong together, and then obviously distracts, and there's a DQ in there somewhere. Ryback
another
continues
DQ.
And then gets a awkward DQ.
Oh,
Yeah, talk
was
about
this
that.
Yeah,
this
it
is
was
where he
into
took
the-
him outside and he
Yeah.
gave him the low blow to the
Ring
post,
post. To
the
the ring
pole, yeah.
post.
But RVD got his foot in the way the first time.
At
That's
first,
what it looked like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he rung the bell right when his
And I
foot hit
couldn't
it. I'm
tell
like, wait a
whether
minute.
the ref called it or not.
Yeah, they didn't say anything for a long
Honestly,
time.
that was not
that-
not very well executed.
No.
Whatever they were going for, it wasn't
And is that
well
a
executed.
DQ usually, the nut shot to the... I mean, nut
confused
shots are,
me.
but usually you can take a guy, you can pull him into the pole.
you can put-
They've been doing that since the 70s.
right.
People do it on the top rope all the time, where they'll just like pull out their feet from under them and then.
That's
right?
I mean,
Or is
that's
that
knocking
different?
a guy off of an offensive move and stopping an offensive move, so it's a little bit different, but you can do something very similar where one guy will be out of the ring, the other guy will be in the ring, he'll grab both legs and pull them into it.
The fact that
into the post.
there's a little bit of confusion, even if it's obvious to some or not, it's not good.
Fans
No,
are going
it's
to be
not.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. So they're probably not going to do that again,
Yeah.
and they know it didn't look all that good.
No, and I mean, that's not really that hard a thing to fit. I mean, it's one of those things, it doesn't make sense why you would do that. I don't think it's that difficult of an idea to come up with to make it look good, and make it look right.
Let me tell you, I've taken that move before, where somebody picks me up and just runs me into the pole, and that's a scary one. You know,
Yeah,
you got
I
to
can
protect
imagine.
your jewels. You know what I'm saying?
I can imagine
I'll be
that.
putting my feet all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. Backstage, Stephanie tells Big Show she can't have him lay a finger on the Shield. If you touch the Shield, you'll be terminated. So what happened to his ironclad contract?
And she has a special seat.
I mean, I understood it before when she was saying that he would just be benched, not that
Right.
his contract would be terminated.
Yeah, and I mean, there was they did. I mean, was it on SmackDown where they basically said if you don't do what we tell you, you'll be in breach of contract,
Yeah.
and then we can terminate your contract.
That makes sense, right?
Which makes sense,
Does
yeah.
ironclad mean that they can be breach the contract, or
It means I don't think it.
But in his
I
contract,
really
does it
don't
say that you have to
understand.
beat up someone outside a match? Like when it's not your match?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is
we need
ironclad?
we
It
need,
doesn't
we
really
need
make
to get
sense to me.
that. We need
Can
to get
we?
a copy
Well,
of that
Show
contract.
is upset, so he throws a TV from 1999 on the ground. Shows
Big tube
frustration.
television.
I
back
think that
then.
was the last of that kind.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
We saw an extinction.
They were an
That was
endangered
it.
species.
We'll witness it.
Now they're gone. We go to commercial, come back, and
No respect for technology.
By God, that TV had a family.
No respect for technology.
two baby LCDs. Shield makes their entrance through the crowd. Big Show reluctantly makes his way to the ring. Daniel Bryan comes out, and Toronto, their fans go nuts. Daniel Bryan versus Ambrose match.
Man,
I mean,
these
those two
two,
are amazing together.
all
So
the
good
time.
together.
Two guys who've worked each other in front of 30 people in a gym. I know these guys wrestled, I think, quite a bit on the Indies, right? I think they wrestled in Dragon Gate and elsewhere, and it's awesome. Now they're main eventing on Raw.
There's a great,
amazing.
there's a great clip online from I think it's Dragon Gate where Bryan is doing his kicks to Ambrose, and he kicks him right upside the head real hard, and there's a close up of him. He just yells, "I just kicked his effing head in!" It's awesome. Look it up if you haven't seen it.
There was a "This is awesome" chant.
Yes, because it was an
During the
awesome
match.
match.
And then outside the ring, the Shield obviously interferes. We knew they would. Roman tries to get a spear, but he goes straight into the stairs. Rollins gets knocked into the desk at one point. And then Ambrose brings Daniel Bryan back into the ring to try to get a pin, but fails. Bryan ends up getting the win, and I asked Clum what the name of the finisher move was. It was the
Small package, which Cathy, of course, giggled
It's
at.
a wrestling move.
Yeah. Anytime we.
small package made
Why
you
would I
giggle.
giggle at that?
Like Cathy think it's very funny if someone wins the 4-way with a small package. She thinks it's hilarious.
Who did we know what wrestler came up with the small package? And was that like a mean name?
Who had the
I think
small
it was
package?
It was a midget
Hornswoggle.
wrestler.
No.
Might have been a.
It's a very old move.
But I want to say Roman took those stairs out. It wasn't like a John Cena,
yeah.
like, skip, and then I just shoulder block. He went
looked good.
through it. And then when Bryan had Ambrose, I guess, like, setting up for the
Catapult or
walls of
something?
Jericho, like kind of like a wheelbarrow. He was trying to flip him over. Reigns has got his hands on the apron, and he's like tilting his body, like, oh, he's getting him over. Don't. Reigns was alive back there. I loved it. I
that's
love
good.
seeing guys like, we're not in the match right now, but I'm gonna feature myself, like taking advantage of time.
Yeah, you gotta
Reigns,
be involved.
You gotta do that. You gotta be
getting-
involved. You gotta act like you care. You know what I mean?
yeah, it was good.
Oh yeah.
After the match, Orton comes out, and Bryan dives through the ropes, starts attacking Orton. Shield then attacks Daniel Bryan, and Big Show comes out with the chair, but drops it.
Oh man.
Could have saved the day.
I
Could have been the
I
hero.
was really hoping.
Are you disappointed in him?
I was really hoping. You know, I mean, it's just not right.
Yeah.
But think about this: if he saved him tonight, he wouldn't be able to save him at Night of Champions when
He had
the
a smirk
title
on
is
his
on the
face
line.
when he left. Did you notice that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Because Daniel Bryan got the upper hand.
Well, yeah.
So I guess he was happy.
There needs to be
So-
repercussions on the Big Show now.
Orton RKO's
Yes, I
Daniel
think
Bryan
Friday.
in the ring. Show begins to walk away. Orton raises his title, and Triple H and Stephanie come out. Triple H says, I want you to walk back in the ring to Big Show, pick Daniel Bryan up, knock him out. Show goes back to the ring but doesn't comply. Orton starts yelling at him. Daniel Bryan attacks Orton while he's distracted, takes the title, holds it up.
He does his new Impact finisher. Do we have a name for it? The flying
What is it?
knee?
Double knees, flying
That
double
running
knees.
knee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Took Cena out at SummerSlam with that thing. Took Seth Rollins out. Seth Rollins. Yeah, that was the one where they missed the shot of it. That was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Running
took
knee out of nowhere.
running knee out of nowhere.
I was expecting the Show to turn around and knock out Randy Orton. That's what I thought was going to happen at first because his back was there. He's going, you do it. I thought he was just going to turn around and knock him out. Either that or go
he's
for the
holding
punch
him.
and Daniel Bryan would slip out
But
and knock
if
him
he
out.
would do that, does that mean that he's breaching the
I
contract
guess
in some
so,
way?
yeah.
Because he's going
I thought-
against what
Yeah.
the bosses are telling him to do or something.
But we know eventually he's going to snap and knock one of them out, so I thought that might happen tonight.
and
But
he won't, and maybe he'll be fired.
It'll happen on the pay-per-view.
yeah.
Don't do it for free. That's
Yeah.
right.
I hope that they never repeat a thing that they did where they were with the first NXT and John Cena with Wade Barrett, where if John Cena was, I forget if it was a match between Wade Barrett and John Cena, or if John Cena was ref in the match, and if he was gonna call it down the middle, if it was gonna be fair, if Wade Barrett was gonna win, John Cena was gonna just be gone,
Right.
And he was back. John Cena was gone, and he was back the next Raw. And
Oh, yeah.
I hated that.
Right.
Like, what was the point of building this whole thing? anyway, that's just I'm going
No,
off
I
into
hear
a
ya.
different story. Like
Another
they need to
one was
commit a little
CM
bit.
Punk's thing when they brought him back
right.
too fast for SummerSlam. He should have been gone months with the belt.
And I guess with something like that, you know, because it's a publicly traded company,
Yeah.
they got other people who are just going off ratings from week to week, and they're like, no, we gotta have Punk, we gotta have Punk.
Yeah.
But there's got to be someone over there amongst the people of I don't know the technical terms of the chairmans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In the
You know what I'm going with.
Yeah.
But there's got to be somebody who has a sense of wrestling. Is like, no, we gotta let it build. We can't go from week to week. We gotta let it build, and then you'll get your ratings. You
Yeah.
know, it's a tough one.
It is. Unfortunately, in business, the money outweighs the art. So it's like we need to make money.
Fast money.
We need to
Instant
worry
money.
about making the money and not the art. Yeah, if we can. Maybe it'll be a better story if we let this guy out for 2 months. Maybe it'll be a more interesting story if John Cena's turned heel. But we're going to lose millions and millions of dollars in merchandising.
But the idea,
All about the money.
Yeah, it is.
But the
It
idea
is. They're
also-
a multi-billion-dollar company.
the idea also, why would we want to milk something and instead of, you know, so there's a payoff kind of down the line? What's the point of that? So you can get better ratings that way because
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I
Tonight's
can't wait, I
gonna
can't wait. As an example, take Breaking Bad. They're not gonna like, you know, they know that they're masters
Do you
of
like
suspense.
Breaking Bad or something?
I've never seen. I heard it's really good. No, but they're masters of suspense.
Yeah.
So the whole point is to drag it out until you can't take it anymore, make people anxious and all that.
I mean, it's whether they get the quick paycheck with you
Right.
know these fast storylines,
Right.
or whether they
Or do
play
they-
something out and then it could potentially
Exactly.
be
Right.
even greater.
Right. So it's a risk. It's a risk, and everybody wants the money
The
right
quick
away.
payoff,
It's
yeah.
kinda-
So what do you guys think overall of tonight's Raw?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was definitely above average. My favorite was Goldust. The return of Goldust. I thought he looked phenomenal.
Best.
Yeah, I
best.
mean, I want to see it. Let's see more Goldust. Let's see him back because he can. He obviously the crowd was into it. He had one of the I think the best match of the night. It
was
was
a
my
great
favorite
match.
match of the night.
Great match.
Yeah.
Great pace.
And the best I've seen him look in a long time. He looked like he was hungry. He looked like he was in great shape. He wanted it.
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, we had 3 great matches tonight. We had 2 returns. Everything else wrestling-wise was a little weak. I didn't like the Heyman Punk thing. I haven't been a fan of the Heyman Punk thing anyway since
Oh, really?
the Brock match. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not,
their storyline.
yeah, I'm not too crazy about it. I feel like Punk should. I mean, if Brock was there the whole time, that's fine. But
You
Curtis
just don't
Axel-
care if Punk beats Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I don't
up.
care.
Yeah,
I
it
like
doesn't-
them together. I
care
don't like
either.
it. It's just like with Breaking Bad when Walt and Jesse are at odds. I don't like that. I want them to be buddies.
Did you not like when they had Punk up there and Heyman was just beating him with the kendo stick, saying, "I fathered you"?
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
mean, I thought that was one of the most amazing moments I'd seen in a long time because
But
there's
if-
so much emotion.
Again,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
Brock
sure.
was there, that'd be cool. Like Curtis Axel, I think he's too young right now. His relationship with Paul Heyman's too young, but his relationship with Brock is is just as long as his relationship with Punk. So it's like they're equal brothers.
Yeah,
they're
but
equal.
Brock is way more expensive to get on Raw.
I
but
know.
You only have a certain amount of dates and you can't use them up.
Punk deserves more.
Are you saying Axel's
than Curtis
cheap?
Axel.
I'm saying Brock is the
Definitely
most
cheaper.
expensive
Definitely
guy in the
cheaper.
No, I
roster.
know.
He's got what something like a $5 million contract
Yeah.
for like 30 dates a year or something ridiculous like that.
And let's not forget, the strongest person that comes out strongest in that segment. It was a lot of emotions, a lot of candlesticks, but the person that looked strongest was that doctor of Paul Heyman.
Oh yes, yeah, he did.
No selling that shit.
Yeah,
Just like at the end of
he
it,
took a beating from Punk and barely phased him.
before they go to commercial, he's up. Still, I mean, he's a big dude.
Well, they
Yes.
definitely plugged away the pay-per-view for this
Maybe he was on some
Sunday.
painkillers. He's a doctor.
For sure. He can write his own prescription.
Yep.
This Sunday, Night of Champions.
Night of Champions.
On next Monday Night Raw, we are giving away chair from SummerSlam.
That you sat in.
Unfortunately, I sat in it, so it's not new.
That's
It is a
fortunately.
used
Everybody check out her
chair.
dress.
It is
She
a
sat
used
on it
chair,
and hit me with it.
and I hit Clum with it. So
Hard?
Yeah.
it is very valuable.
Right in the head?
We
No,
will be
got
giving
it.
it away to whoever sends in the best
Poster of the crew.
just promoting AfterBuzz Raw.
Yeah.
So get
With a theme.
creative with a theme. Send us your ideas. We've gotten some amazing submissions so far.
I haven't seen him. I only saw one.
Okay, well, you haven't checked the hashtag or
Oh, no,
Facebook
I
or
guess I
any of the other
haven't.
things. Yeah, we've got
on,
several
man.
submissions.
Look, I know.
They're all
I'm only on my
awesome.
phone right now. My computer's
but
out.
we will announce the winner next Monday night. Until then, where can people find you?
People can find me on Twitter at Cluminator.
I'm Showtime Josh, and there were 3 returns tonight. Sorry, Edge, too. I wasn't
yeah.
thinking.
Forgot about that one.
Santino Gold
Is that all you have to plug? I feel like you always plug like so many.
Okay, September 25th, Wrestling Pro Wrestling.
You're wrestling
Yeah, I'll
in the
plug
main
this.
event.
On his birthday.
On September 25th on my 40th
You
birthday.
can send him stuff to the P.O. box
I
for
will
his
be
birthday.
I will be wrestling former TNA superstar Joey Ryan in the biggest match of my life for the Pappy Pineda Dome World Heavyweight title. So I'm very, very excited about that.
I'll be there.
You'll be there
Supporting you.
Yes, and
Maybe I'll turn on you.
maybe you'll be hosting it.
Yeah. And you can find me at Alex Koslov, C-O-M.
You can find me on Twitter at Cathy Kelley and here at AfterBuzz TV, doing lots of shows.
And aren't you wrestling on a pay-per-view here in a couple weeks? Or
September 21st. Thanks for the correction.
Yes.
In Ring of Honor, the Forever Hooligans, we're gonna be defending the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles versus the American Wolves in Philadelphia. So check that out.
Awesome.
Oh,
And check
Catherine.
us out. What?
So I just want to say your name.
Catherine. That's a,
Catherine. Oh, Catherine.
Catherine.
I
No one
can't find
calls me
my.
Catherine. Don't call me Catherine. Anyways, you can find us here for the pay-per-view as well this Sunday night.
Oh, that's
so
right.
check out all of our AfterBuzz TV after shows and stay tuned for what's coming up next. I don't know.
Mistresses.
Mistresses. Stay tuned for Mistresses.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Bull wiener.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.